Hey everyone, Ever617 here, and we're doing a quick tip on how to get glowing eyes, specifically to get the Herobrine glowing eye effect. So right now here I have the rig I use. Again, I use the Reupload rig. You can kind of find it here. Mine's slightly modified, but my modifications shouldn't really matter in this instance. So first I'm going to load open a skin, and to show you that this works with anything, you don't need a Herobrine. First I'm going to do it without Herobrine, and then we'll work our way into Herobrine next. Here's my skin. So you can get the glowing effect with anything. If you click on the head or the face, and over here on the right side, you go to this texture tab, and it might be, really cramped up. If you expand this little thing, you can see all the different textures. We have different textures for the skin, the eyes, the eyebrows, and of course, you can change these. Give them red eyebrows if you want. Do whatever you want. But the importance of this is that we can now affect individual materials. So if we click on the eyes, we click use nodes. Again, this is done in cycles. I always use cycles. My main tutorial always talks about using cycles. I don't know if this can be used for Blender internal. I'm sure there's a way to do it in internal. I don't know how. I always do stuff in cycles. Anyway, so eyeballs, change it to use nodes, and all we really have to do is go from diffuse to emission. And that's almost the end of it already. That's now his eyes are going to be glowing. We can turn the strength up to 2. Let's give him kind of red eyes as well. It's going to be a really creepy RB. Let's add a camera to the scene. This scene doesn't have a camera, so add a camera. Go into it. And if we render it out, we'll see, the eyes are bright, but we're not actually getting, a glowing effect like we wanted. So to do that, also let me turn down the ambient occlusion, it's really bright. So if we want the glowing effect, that is done in compositing. If you go to default, you go to compositing, hit backdrop, hit use nodes, and then if we hit Control Shift and click on the render layers, now we'll get our little viewer node. Now we can see our backdrop. So this is the render we just rendered. Let me actually render it again because I turned down the ambient occlusion a little bit, so it'll be a little darker. There you go. So now you can see his eyes are actually glowing. You can even see a little bit of light kind of being casted around the inside of his eyes. But we don't actually have that cool glow we want. That can be easily accomplished by doing Shift A to add. Hit search, type glare. We're going to add a glare node in between the image and the viewer and the stuff. So now we have a little glare node. For the glowing eyes, I set it from streaks to fog glow. I'm just going to start turning down the threshold. Just keep turning it down until eventually you'll start seeing it's going to start, glowing. I might need to, yeah, let me actually turn the brightness up of the eyeballs. So let's go back to default. Let's go back to material, the eyes. I have the strength at 2. Let's bring the strength up to like 5. Now let's render it out. And now you can already start seeing it's doing the glowing. You got the boosh, but now let's say we want to do it for the Herobrine eyes. So for the Herobrine, it's gonna be a little different, only because you don't want to make just this part glow and then the background glow. You'll see some kind of weird effects. So what I do for my Herobrine character, I modify the rig a little bit. If we have the head selected or the face or whatever it is for your rig, if you go into this triangle button where there's all these shape keys for the head, this is where you do all the things like the smiles and stuff. Click on the basis and then hit tab, and then it'll kind of, show you what the rig looks like in editing. And what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to delete these eyeballs because Herobrine doesn't actually have eyes, he just has the eye whites. So give me a second while I delete these faces. Alright, so now I deleted the eyes, I can hit tab, go back to normal. So now even though we have this, eyes material, it's not being applied on any faces anymore because we deleted all the faces which were using them. So now we'll go to eyes white, same thing, use nodes, emission, bring the strength up a bunch, and now when I render it out, you should see it's kind of bright, and then you get the glowing, and there you go. Boom, Herobrine eyes. That's all it really is. Let's actually change the skin to Herobrine now, so it's a little more accurate. You go in, I know I have a Herobrine no face, there we go. Wait, I fixed his eyebrows, it's kind of bothering me. There we go. And we got Herobrine and his glowing eyes. Boosh. Ta-da. Thanks for watching, everyone. I know I haven't done quick tips in a while, so I wanted to do this literally like quick tip, just on getting the kind of glowing eyes. It's literally as simple as that. Have fun with your Herobrines, and see you next episode. Specifically to get the kind of Herobrine.
Bloopers!